Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of 2.0. I am so happy you've decided to join us to welcome back for another episode. We appreciate it. If you are a returning member, we appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the 2.0 family. And if you are just strolling around and happen to stumble upon our channel and you're trying to figure out what this is about, we are happy that you're here. Stick around because this episode is going to be awesome. It's going to be wonderful. And while you're here, why don't you just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that every time we drop an episode, you, my friend, will be notified so you can come and check it out and enjoy it and be part of the 2.0 family. So tonight, it is a great night for me. I am so happy to introduce our next guest to you tonight. That's a gentleman coming all the way from New York. And you know what? He's going to tell you more about himself. But one of the things that I actually want to mention is he is actually a Grammy-nominated music producer. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. You know what? My son just heard me say he's a Grammy nominated producer. My son came up to me. He was like, did I hear what you just said? Is that true? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what is happening here? That's right. So 2.0 is moving up in the world. Now we have a Grammy nominated music producer in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me introduce to the set of 2.0 my new friend, Sam Trax. Sam, welcome to 2.0, my friend.
Thank you, man. Happy to be here, man.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's been I had to take a deep breath. It's been a great year,
Okay.
but it's been a productive year.
Yeah.
And great year, productive year means work.
Gotcha.
It means, you got to be consistent. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I've been getting my butt whooped, man. But in a good way though.
Yeah.
But it's been a blessing, man. I'm
Cool.
good, man.
Cool. Got it. You know what? I have to, I got to say thank you, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you making the drive all the way out here.
Absolutely.
Tonight, because I know it's probably one of the busiest nights to travel.
For sure.
So I appreciate the fact that you are here and you made the sacrifice to be on the show, man.
For sure.
That's
It's
awesome.
an honor. It's a pleasure for me to be here, man. Thank you for allowing me to be in this space, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why don't we just get right into it? So let's start with the Grammy-nominated producer, man. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Man, you know what? I'm blessed,
Mhm.
and I worked on this project a year ago, 2 years ago. I worked with Kanye West's right hand man,
Oh, wow.
Malik Yusuf. And
Okay.
I worked on his project. It was a spoken word project,
Hmm.
and I didn't know where it was gonna lead because it was a lot. I mean, the music business, man, is it's so much, right?
Yeah.
You hear people talk about it,
Mhm.
right? You see certain things, you have an idea
Yeah.
of what it is.
You're right.
But until you actually speak to someone that actually is successful in it
Yeah.
or is actually working in it,
Hmm.
their stories are always gonna be different,
Right.
right? And meeting this guy was a journey.
Hmm.
It was a lot. Like, imagine,
Yeah.
meeting Kanye West's apprentice.
Yeah.
We already have an idea of Kanye West,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
So imagine meeting his apprentice. You have to understand it's almost kind of the same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So it was interesting, but it was a blessing, man.
Okay.
We got a nomination out of it.
That's what's up.
I learned a lot, man. I
Mhm.
learned a lot. It happened really quick. A friend of mine's, my boy Super Chili, called me
Hmm.
to be a part of his project. They were looking for producers that
Okay.
had a certain niche.
Yeah.
That he wanted a producer that had like that could give him the feeling of what Kanye would
Who
want.
would want? Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And thank God, Kanye is definitely one of my Mount Rushmores.
Okay.
So there was a lot I studied, and I got the opportunity to be a part of the project, and it led to a nomination.
That's awesome, man.
We didn't get the win,
Yeah.
but it's my first official
Mm.
nomination.
Yeah. Listen, not a lot of people can say something like that.
And I'm grateful, man.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really am, man.
So, what was that experience like?
Which one?
Working on that project.
Well, man, personalities, man.
Mhm.
Different dealing with people's personalities, bro, is really like when you working on music. A lot of times, when you're working on other people's projects,
Yeah.
you have to bring their ideas to life, not yours.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can, what you can do is you can embellish, you can talk it through,
Right.
you can sway them if you have that type of influence. I was a new person.
Okay.
I was a new person to the project. There was a lot of controversy, and I will say, and I'm grateful, I technically was brought into the project because I was considered a finisher. The project was kind of at a space where it was pretty much dead. It was like, what do they call that? Flatline.
Oh, okay.
They were doing camps,
Yeah.
and man, they were doing all types of stuff. They were doing camps and sessions and all of that.
Yeah.
And my friend called me. He's like, bro, I'm dying in these camps, man. Help me.
Yeah.
It took me some time. I didn't even realize it was a blessing, the opportunity where he asked me for weeks, and I was working on something else. I was working at the time. I was working with this artist by the name of Brent Fires, a huge R&B artist, and he was just like, "Yo, I know you got a lot going on. When you finish with this, please." So then when I didn't realize who Malik was.
Okay.
He kept saying Malik, 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 Malik.
Yeah.
And then I went and I researched. I was like, oh, it's Malik Yusuf. Okay. So once I got the call, I got into these camps. Man, it was such a drag, man.
Right.
There was so much because I think a lot of people, you're working with a person that considers, to some people, I'm very, I thank God I have some wisdom and some maturity. I don't really idolize anybody anymore.
Right.
You get to that place where you get what I'm saying? You remember when you were young?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be like Mike.
Of course.
And then you met Mike.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then like a Kobe, right? You met Mike, and then now Mike is your friend.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mike is your colleague now.
Right.
He's
realizing he's like a normal person.
He's a normal person.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I had to deal with a lot of people in the group that they were just trying to prove themselves.
Gotcha.
They were shooting their shot and doing all types of stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the music ideas that I know that I have for this project. Yeah. I'm going to put it in a folder. All the folders that they had, that's what they did. They did this group where they had a bunch of us just putting in ideas. Yeah. Those folders were empty. Jay, they were empty. Wow. And I literally just started floodgating all the folders. Okay. I started throwing ideas in there. Here's one idea for one song, one idea for one song. Okay. And then after that, in 1 week, songs started circulating. Yeah, man. So I was blessed to say that I sparked, I feel like I sparked the creative aspect of getting the project going. Oh, so it was a bit chaotic because there was a lot of people, like I said. Yeah. People were trying to prove themselves. And then I already kind of knew what I needed to do when I came into it. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely good because it shows that, your talent actually spoke for itself.
Absolutely, man. And I'm grateful for that, humbly, though. Nice. I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. Yeah. So how did you get started in the whole music industry?
Man, I was born and raised in music, man.
Really?
Yeah, my dad is a music minister.
Okay.
My mom, rest in peace. She's she was in Haitians called dame missionnaire. You know what I mean? Women what is that, like a
missionary?
Yeah. She was a dame missionnaire, very prayer warrior, man. Yeah. I don't think my parents intended for me to be in the music business, but I think for them, they just wanted me to be in ministry. Okay. Like every Haitian Caribbean parent, they want you to be a doctor, lawyer, blue collar, whatever. Yeah. So it's 2025 now. The industry, the world has changed. The world has evolved. Yeah. And I think I actually am happy that I've helped my parents see that too. Being the oldest of 5. So my dad is my dad is classically trained, man. This guy, bro, plays maybe he's still my hero, man. He plays 20 instruments, man.
No way.
He has perfect pitch. Wow. My dad reads and writes music. Okay. You may have, for those that, my dad is basically a lot of the songs that are in the hymn books, he's responsible for them. Really? Some of the hymns that are in the Haitian Creole hymn books. Sean Esperance. Yeah. He's actually translated. There were songs that were English hymns that he's ended up translating that ended up in the songs.
Really?
Absolutely.
What's your dad's name?
Pierre Aristide.
Pierre Aristide. Okay.
Yeah, he used to do like music for back in the day, the La Jolinière, like stuff like that. Back in Haiti.
Yeah.
There's artists like Claude Lucien, Joel Charles, Samuel Abord, Malika.
So you worked with all of them.
Yeah, he in the church, like he was a church guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He worked with a lot of like the OG. So there are songs like Ancien Wash La.
Yeah.
That's my dad's rendition, bro.
No,
That's his song.
Really?
Yes.
So he didn't write it, but that is his
music? Well, no, he co-wrote the song because Ancien Wash
really
Claude Lucien's song, which is one of my dad's best friends.
That's one of my favorite songs, man.
That's my dad's song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually have the original recordings of it.
No way.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have the original
that's
record.
Like one of the most popular songs in the Christian community.
That's my father's song, bro.
Man,
co-wrote and produced that song, man.
When you want to go after God's presence, man. That's
no, the matriarch. That's like. That's
the song.
Yeah, man. You literally where you have to be in the mountains.
Wow,
that is amazing. Yeah, my dad. There's a lot of songs that I'm trying to think of some of them because now I haven't been in the Haitian community. Like for me, I'm very much Americanized.
Yeah.
Did I grow up in it? Yes, but I definitely haven't.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
You take me way back,
right?
Now, bro.
Right.
As we're talking about this song, and I'm picturing like Jeune Le Samedi.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? With people just going in.
Absolutely.
That song
absolutely. What the Cuit de Minuit, like the overnight sleeping prayers, like those songs. Oh, man. My father literally started very young. And I'm grateful for him, man. To be honest with you, like he's blessed me with a gift.
Oh, man.
I like seeing him, man, do what he did. Like, bro, I got to see my dad record stuff when I was like 3.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And those songs too. I was in the room when that song was recorded. That song that we're talking about, it was in a small house, in his house in Spring Valley, New York, in Rockland County. He recorded Claude Lucien, and for me it was magical because I was watching my dad, my superhero.
Like that.
But now to be an adult and see the impact that it's had on people's lives, that's why I work so hard for me to be where I am now. Because I worked really hard to kind of keep my father's legacy to where it's supposed to be, man.
And that's the thing with music, right? It transcends generation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it travels the world.
Absolutely.
Right? So, like, listen, you and I never met before. Today is the first
time
we're meeting.
For sure.
But the fact that the moment you pointed out that song, it's like there's an instant
connection, bro. Automatically.
It's like all over the world.
Yeah, automatically. And music does that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Music does that.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful for your dad, man. Tell him I say thank you.
Yo, I will, man.
You met a fan.
I can't wait for him to see this interview, man. Honestly, I lost my mom not too long ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So it's like, I live now for him. I'm living for me.
Right.
But I also, how it is. You have to cherish your loved ones, man.
Absolutely.
So I feel like my father, there was a lot of things that I think he could have did different for his career, that now I'm in this space where I have the education, I have the knowledge. Like for the first time, I got his song. Ancien Wash actually is on. I was a music supervisor for a TV show called Send Help. And the guy is Jean-Élie. He played Issa Rae's brother on Insecure.
Oh, really?
So I did music for his TV show, and I got my dad his first placement.
No way.
Bro, Ancien Wash is on the show.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I texted it to you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It's on. It was on this network called All Black.
Okay.
But now it's on Tubi now.
It's on Tubi? Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Issa Rae show?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So I'm grateful for that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you feel like, this, the music has carried you through, throughout all your life.
Yeah, man. I never intended for it to be any different. I think I've realized what I wanted to do at a young age, being in a household filled with music and everything. I knew, bro. I think I knew when I was about 13. My goal, I wanted to be a basketball player, to be honest with you. You know, like growing up, you want to be an athlete, you know, all of that. So I played all-state basketball like in middle school, and there was a year where it literally like clicked for me. Nice. And then I was living in South Florida, and then I moved back to New York to pursue my actual music career. Okay. It wasn't easy, man. Yeah. Nah, man. You know, the business has changed a lot, bro. Yeah, but I mean, you know, through it all, you stuck to it, right? Absolutely. You never gave up. So it's my passion, man. Yeah. You know, I know my purpose for this, to being on this world. I know that like what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. You know, it's really, you know, what I'm here for. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I figured it out. Some of us, you know, it takes us time. Yeah, I hear you. But hey, you know what? You're doing it. You know, you got your name out there. You know, man. So grateful. That's awesome. Grateful, man. Yeah. So talk to me about Sam, man. The you know, the life accomplishment and stuff. I know you were married at some point. Yeah, I was. I was, man. You know what? I'll tell you this, man. I'm glad that we talked about the whole music thing. Yeah. It's a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of it, man. How so? You don't get this. You don't get. There's certain success in certain industries. You don't get it without sacrifice. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it. My marriage definitely took a toll. You know, and I do love the concept of your show. You know, I feel like I am in this 2.0 phase in my life, which is why I have this new project that I created, Black Cherry. It really talks about, I embody a lot of accountability. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I could have been a way better man. I could have been a way better husband. I could have been a better friend. You know, I could have been a lot of things. And, you know, it just, at that time, it just didn't work out. I was more focused on my career. Okay. And there were things that I made sacrifices, but it was too late. Gotcha. You know? How long were you married? On paper. That's starting to sound like a real Haitian. Right. Well, on paper, I was married for like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Okay. I was married for 4 years, 4 or 5 years, and then you know, we called it quits. But you know, things happen. Yeah. You know, things happen. And her and I, you know, we're doing good now. Okay. We're doing good now. Yeah, for real. And you have any kids? We do, man. I got 2 kids, man. I got 2. How old? I got a son that is 7, and I got a daughter that's 4. Nice. Yeah, and they're just, man, the best things that ever happened to me, bro. How's the co-parenting relationship? It's been great. Yeah. It's been amazing. Like, I think because of therapy, and just my mom passing and just a lot of things, you realize like life is, you know, I don't like using the term life is short. I hate that term. Life is precious. Right. We have to value every moment. We got to value every single thing that we're supposed to do. Things that we have. And I don't want to take it for granted that I have a family. I don't want to take it for granted that I have kids that really love me and that I love them. So, you know, for the sake of them, I do all that I can for, you know, their mom, you know, them and us as a family together. We're one. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, no matter the case, man, we figure it out. Gotcha. And you know what? I have to say, you know, I commend you for being in a position that you are in right now, where you can actually take accountability for what happens. Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I like doing what I'm doing here, right? Yeah. Because you know, I myself had to get to that position too, right? Because like I said, I've been divorced for 3.5 years, and you know, I had to get to a point where I had to, you know, come face to face with the man in the mirror. Right? Just like you said, you know, you could have been a better man. I could have been a better man. I could have been a better husband, and so on and so forth. Absolutely. So the fact that you are at the point where you are taking accountability for what happened, that's true growth right there. You know, it's a sign of growth. I want to live, man. And I feel like living is also accountability. Mm-hmm. It helps our mental health. It helps our emotional health, our spiritual health. Yeah. And I love what you're doing. I love the purpose of your show. I think we need more of that, man. Honestly, I think we need way more than that to like encourage men, like, right. Yeah. What life is after this. No, of course, exactly. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't mind me taking a step back when you say, you don't get to where you are in your music career without sacrifices, right? Without sacrificing things. And unfortunately, it seems like your marriage is one of the things that were sacrificed. You want to expand on that a little? Yeah, man. The both of us, there were some things that happened, that some things that she did and some things that I did that I didn't nurture it the proper way. I feel like as a husband, bro, you are literally the priest, right? You're the leader of the house, of the household, man. I'm kind of like the wolf pack leader of my crew, and I'm like the guy. I'm the guy, right? So I don't have another guy that's like, hey, bro, right, to guide you and take it. Like, we need to like maybe, and you know how it is, man. Being Caribbean, man, we don't like talking about our stuff, bro. Like, yeah. And therapy really, really taught me how what happened, because I don't really want to go too much into details. Yeah, but what happened in our actual marriage wasn't fully initially just one thing. It was a plethora of stuff, right? Caused by me and caused by her. And I feel like I could have handled the situation better. Yeah. I feel like I could have really but I was once I realized like I made a sacrifice, I kind of blamed her. Was like, I chose you. Like like I chose marriage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm here. Like what? Like what else more do you want? Like, and it's like, this is where you start to be like, well, yeah, but why are you even saying that? Like, what's the point? Like, there's more that comes with that. Right. Yeah. There's more responsibility that comes with that. And I got to a space where at that moment, when you're in that light, bro, you're not thinking about it, man. Yeah. You're angry. Yeah. You're hurt because she did something to you, and then you're doing something to her, and we both kind of like retaliating to each other, man. Yeah. And you somewhat now it's trauma against trauma. Yeah. Hurt people hurt people. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So once the relationship was getting to a place where it was ending, I was losing my mom at the time, and then COVID came. Oh wow. Bro, it was like a lot happening at one time. Yo, man. So my mom was depleting. COVID came, and then it's like she's locked in the house with the kids. Yeah. She's in one house, I'm in one house. Yeah. And it was just kind of like COVID really, bro. I don't know how was COVID for you? It was horrible. Because you said it's been 3 years. Yeah, but 3.5 years. Yeah. So all right. So you were still married. Yes, exactly. Yeah, technically. How was that for you? It was horrible, man. No, it was horrible because actually I've never spoken about this, but we were in the same house during COVID, but we were separated. Yeah. But my thing is, at the time, it's like my main concern was to be there for my son, right? Absolutely. Because the thing is, if I had decided to move and go somewhere else, now because of, COVID restrictions, like people were afraid of being around. Absolutely. And all that. So that means I wouldn't be able to see my son for an extended period of time. Right. So, I wasn't about that. Nah. So I had to kind of. And that's good, bro. That's real man things right there. Yeah. You gotta handle your business, man. Yeah. So I can relate. So the COVID was a horrible time for a lot of people. How'd you get through it? Well, just through prayer and just like I said, just focusing on what I felt was important to me at the time. Yeah. Which was,
focusing on my son.
Same thing, bro. I think it's like people either fell apart or they kind of started to have an enlightenment, and I started having that. And then once COVID started to kind of die down a bit, my mom had passed, and then me, and then our divorce ended. Our divorce happened, and then my mom passed, and then we got close.
Oh wow.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? So it's really like one of those things where you just don't know where life is gonna go, but you just have to prepare yourself.
Definitely.
And I think at that time, like I take full I don't want to say that I'm the cause for everything, but I can honestly and openly say that I take responsibility for not being the man in the relationship. And if you're not taught that, if you and that means a lot of things.
Of course. Yeah, and that, to be able to make that statement, it speaks volume. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
It speaks volume, because of the alternative. The alternative could have been like, you know what, you're just blaming her for everything, or you're just blaming other people for everything. You're just blaming circumstances for everything, you know. But instead, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I messed up.
Yeah.
Well, there are things that I could have done better. I should have done better, and I didn't. So now you're in a position where you can kind of like, you know, take a look back at the situation and say, well, you know what? Yeah,
absolutely.
It's my fault. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I'm grateful. I think I'm grateful now that I'm in this space now. I wish I wish I had this brain sooner, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because even my music, I made better music now too, bro. Like I'm working with people in a better way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you evolve, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you started going to therapy, so that definitely helped. But I gotta ask, you know, as as Haitian, you know, typically we don't believe in therapy. So how did that come about?
I was brought up with therapy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, man. So you know, I'm openly saying this now. You know, I am on the spectrum. You know, most musicians are, but most musicians don't know how to explain what that is.
Okay.
But growing up, there were, you know, my parents, teachers, and wanted to like have me medicated. And my parents, of course, my dad being very spiritual, they're like, nah, no.
We just gotta pray.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like a little bit of both would have worked. You know what I mean? Because you gotta listen to your doctors, man. If you have good ones, right? If you got really good teachers. But bro, I've been experiencing therapy since I was young.
Okay.
Since I was young, I didn't know that that's what it was. So going to see a therapist wasn't completely off the table for me.
Okay.
The girlfriend that I dated before I got married, she was studying therapy. She was going to school to like, bro, she changed my life, man.
Wow.
She changed my life. There were a lot of habits that I had. JR, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't notice them.
Yeah. She helped you put them into perspective.
She told me straight up, bro, this girl straight up, Dominican girl. She's like, listen, I don't care if things don't work out with you and I, but I'm not going to let you go to the next relationship like this.
Oh, wow.
Bro, she helped me. She got you straight. She was like, yeah, man. And it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. And the reason why it was tough, it wasn't because I had issues with therapy. Yeah. It was the fact that I was just like, man, what are we doing, bro? Like, I got stuff to do. Like, why do I need to talk to this person? But it wasn't because I needed to talk to the person. I think there were things, my very first session, like I got really vulnerable, and then I was like, oh snap, I have some things I need to like work on. Okay. So she was very adamant about it. And it wasn't that I said no. It was just more so like the way she was talking, I looked in her eyes, I was like, wow, then you know, I'm hurting you. Yeah. I'm hurting other people. And that was the start. Okay. Literally, that was the start. I would say about 8 years ago. 9 years ago, that was the start. Well, yep. About 10 years ago, that was the start. I literally got into the space where I was like, all right, cool. You want me to do this? She said she wanted us to do it for us to do it together. Okay. We did it. We started together, and then the therapist, she gave me this look, like she was like, all right, so you're not, she like gave me this look at her, like, you're not the problem, he's the problem. Okay. She gave me this look. She's like, okay, maybe we need to meet one-on-one. So I started doing that, and bro, on and off, it took me some time. I was, and it wasn't because I didn't want to do it. It was just scheduling, having to prioritize therapy and talking to it. But I never had an issue with that. I didn't. It's not like I didn't want to do it. I think I just had to find a way to make it a priority. Right. So being that, growing up in the type of schooling that I had to have, like, extra help, just kind of understanding. And I was gifted. That's what it was. Yeah. I was gifted, and teachers, counselors, they were all kind of like therapists for me. Okay. So I understood that concept. You know what I mean? I never really had a problem with it, man. Okay. So, which I think that's what really saved my life. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'll say this on camera, I was really going towards, really, like, it was a very chaotic direction, man. Like, being in the music business, man, and when the stories you hear about musicians, man, it's real. Yeah. It's real, man. Because you're dealing with a lot of personalities. Yeah. Not just your personalities, other people's people. Yeah, that you're working with. Their demons, you know what I'm saying? And then you pick up their habits. They pick up your habits. And I was getting to a place where, I almost had no boundaries. And I was kind of like just doing whatever I wanted. Wow. I was saying whatever I wanted. I was acting whatever way I wanted. So now you kind of realize why, like, your parents probably didn't want that, that career path, right? Especially having your dad being so, so hardcore, Christian, and your mother as well. Absolutely. Like, wow. So that's why they were like so much against it. Absolutely. It's like your life is flashing in front of you, man. Like when your parent, because we're parents now, right? How many times we tell our kids, like, don't do this, don't do that? Right. Well, I mean, I think our parenting now, because we're millennials, so our parenting style is different. Our type of parenting style is not the same. Like, they got the internet, they got iPads, they got, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's still, in a way, you tell them, like, hey, don't, this is not a good idea. Like, let's not do this. When they question you about it, then you have to, we are in a space now where we are explaining to them. Yeah. Our parents didn't explain nothing to us, bro. True. They're like, just don't do it. They didn't give us that. Don't worry about why. Yeah. Why? Bro, you get popped in the mouth if there was a why, man. There's no whys, man. I know. It's like sometimes I have to catch myself. When I tell my son not to do something, he's like, why? He's expecting an explanation. And then automatically, I'm in, like, Haitian parent mode. I'm like, excuse me? Bro, that trip caught me off guard, bro. My son started doing the why thing. Yeah. And it's his mom that was like, hey, we are in the why era. You have to tell them why. Yeah. If you tell them why, they'll eat better, they'll do better, they'll be better. Yeah. And they're like, my son was like obsessed with bacon. Like, I mean, bacon is good. I don't do bacon, but bacon. My son was obsessed with bacon one time, man. It was like, this was last summer. Yeah. And one day, I went to pick him up, and he was like, hey, Dad, are we going to do, like, the sandwich and get the bacon? No, I was like, no. I asked him, I was like, no, do you want to do the sandwich and get the bacon? And then he's like, nah, Mom said, I shouldn't eat bacon. I was like, really? And he said, yeah, she explained to me how bad bacon is. I was like, you asked her why? And he was like, yeah. So, that's what I was saying. Like, I think, I wish my parents would have, like, really really talked to me about certain things. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I also probably feel like I probably would have been further too had they talked to me about certain things, because I would have been able to navigate. Yeah. You know what I mean? You would spit out the, what do they say? You chew the meat, you spit out the bones, stuff like that. So, therapy is literally my reason for change, bro. God,
nice
therapy.
That's awesome.
Literally, man.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I was asking, because normally therapy is not an easy conversation for men to digest. When
why is that though?
Because it's like, it's all about being macho, right? So they're like, I'm not gonna sit in front of another guy and just like talk about my feelings.
Okay, so now that I'm not doing that. no, bro. Every time I go through therapy, no. Every time I go through that, it's really. I've had a plethora amount of therapists. Yeah. Right. They all have been women. Okay. And and don't judge me, bro. Okay,
I'm not judging.
Don't judge me.
I'm curious though. Why do you find yourself gravitated towards women?
I don't think men give the best advice, bro.
Really? Men do not give great advice. According to our guest, Sam, that's how he feels. In all the years that he's been attending therapy, he feels that, he gets along better with women because he feels like women actually understand him more. He's able to connect with them more on an emotional level, whereas he feels like guys do not give great advice. I'm curious. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you feel the same way that Sam feels, that men do not give great advice? Men who are counselors or who are therapists. This is really, I'm very curious about that. So I want to know what you think. But I hope you're enjoying the conversation we are having with the Grammy-nominated music producer, Sam Trax. So we are concluding episode 1. Don't forget to come back next week. We're going to be dropping episode 2, so you do not want to miss that. All right, so do me a favor, feel free to send this link to someone you think is going to find it beneficial, and feel free to share it on your social media page or any of your social media platform, and spread the word about the work that we're doing here on 2.0. And as always, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you for stopping by and checking us out. Again, like I said, don't forget to leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe, and do all the good stuff, and listen, don't forget, live every day as if it is your last day, because one day it will be. I'm JR. Thanks for watching 2.0. I'll see you next time.